Don't you just love the feeling of completing a game? The fact that you've seen it through from start to finish is proof that the developer has created a title with enough pull to keep you engaged. Unless it's a really shitty game like Ride to Hell Retribution and you've just completed it for a dare, or a Poxy Let's Play channel. But honestly, out of the piles of boxes, the mountains of CD cases, and your ever-increasing Steam library, how many titles have you actually completed 100%? Well, unless you're a glutton for punishment or have an extreme amount of time on your hands, then chances are your list of 100%ers is gonna look smaller than Adam Blompier's trousers on WCPW Loaded. Ugh, it's just like he's painted them on. Disgusting. With this in mind, I'm Jules for WhatCulture.com, and here are 10 video games you will never complete 100%. And just as a quick side note, I'm not including games whose servers have gone down and therefore rely on multiplayer achievements to complete the tally. But enough admin, let's get cracking with number 10, Dead Space 2. Completing Dead Space 2 is hard enough, what with all the jump scares, exploding babies, and the monstrous abominations aiming to make you break up with your spine. If you make it through the darkest reaches of space and come out of the other side, chances are you're going to be A, a shivering wreck, and B, filled with dread that you've now unlocked Hardcore mode, and you're going to have to best this mode in order to fully complete the game. The premise is simple, but at the same time brutally hard. Enemy damage has been jacked up to ridiculous levels, and supply drops now become about as useful as finding ice cubes on the Titanic. And to top this off, you only get 3 saves in the entire game, meaning that you're gonna need to replay huge sections should you get torn asunder by the many beasties jonesing for your blood, which will happen. Number 9, Mortal Kombat 2011. Despite its apparent brutality, Mortal Kombat is a game which rewards timing, skill, and patience to fully learn a character's strengths and weaknesses. And you're going to need a lot of time if you're aiming to complete the game, as in order to get the My Kung Fu is Stronger trophy, you're going to need to master every character. To do this, you'll need 100 victories, 100 fatalities, 150 X-ray combos landed, and 10,000 pints of blood spilt with each of these lovable femur snappers. Now, before you cry out saying this sounds easy, you also have to play as each character for a whole day, and there are 27 characters in total to do this with, which begs the question as to whether you could just learn real Kung Fu in this time. Number 8, Rock Band. On the surface, this game is as casual as it can get, a party game focused around getting friends together and jamming to your favourite tracks. However, under this shiny veneer is the heart of a true gaming monster. For in order to 100% this game, you're not only going to have to best every single song on expert difficulty across drums, bass, guitar, and vocals, but you're then going to have to rope together 3 other friends of equal devotion to play every single song back to back, without rage quitting, punching your friends in their faces, or destroying the kits through sheer attrition. It's no wonder why so few people have this achievement, and is still why I won't talk to Tim after all this time. I don't care if you were getting spasms, you could have got us through Run to the Hills! Number 7, Gears of War 3. Gears of War loves to tease gamers hunting for the perfect hundo. When it was dropped on the 360 at its launch, players eagerly sifted through the achievements list to find out what clunky funky chest-high challenges it had in store. What stood out most prominently was an award for mulching 10,000 people in ranked matches, and held the same name as people reading that out aloud. Seriously? This achievement continued through the franchise and culminated in Seriously 3.0, which challenged players to not only hit level 100, but also obtain an Onyx ranking for every in-game medal. Which doesn't sound like much, but when you consider that there are 65 medal types and just earning Onyx in one would take around 50 to 60 hours, you can understand why this is rarer than rocking horse amongst gamers. Number 6, Sonic 06. Oh god, why? Why would you even want to complete this? It's so broken, and it takes just so long to do it because you need to get an S ranking on every level with every character. Just let the poor animal die, Jesus! Number 5, Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter. The Ghost Recon series is renowned for being specifically aimed at the hardcore shooter fan. It's a much more tactical affair which doesn't just encourage teamwork, but punishes you for racing off on your own. Now, as with Gears of War, there's one achievement on this list which will prevent all but a select few from ever seeing that 100% pop. You see, in order to claim 100% of this game, you're not only going to need to complete tasks like getting 100,000 kills in multiplayer, or finishing all of the main missions solo and with a partner in co-op, but you'll also have to rise to the top of the online leaderboard in solo, universal, and team, meaning that you'd literally have to be the best player in the world in order to get this. Number 4. Metal Gear Solid 2. Speaking of being the best at a game, you'd have to be Hideo Kojima himself to complete this next one. Metal Gear Solid 2 European Extreme. This difficulty setting is harder than a Metal Ross Kemp, as it not only makes any discovery by enemies an immediate game over, but now also makes bosses almost one-hit killing machines and takes away the use of rations. What follows is an exercise in patience, pattern memorization, and more luck than fortune. Number 3. Final Fantasy XI. When Final Fantasy XI went online on PC, Xbox 360 and PS2, pretty much everyone who grew up on a diet of impractical weapons and angsty protagonists went out and bought it. And although most of the JRPG fans left pretty quickly, it still enjoys a healthy enough community of hardcore MMO fans to this day. And alongside this foray into the MMORPG sphere, Square was kind enough to include achievements, some of which are the most notoriously time-consuming ever to achieve. The problem is, quite simply, you'll never have enough time to get them all, because they include things like getting every single class, of which there are nearly 20 up to the max level of 75. And when you consider that to do this for one character can take up to a month, you'll soon see why spending the better part of 2 years in this game puts the final nail in this fantasy. Oh, the jokes. Number 2. White Knight Chronicles. Level 5, the developers of White Knight Chronicles sure know how to create rich and vibrant RPG worlds. With their impressive Dragon's Quest series, they've showcased how to keep players exploring through hidden secrets and side quests all over the place. With White Knight Chronicles, however, they went a little overboard, as while the main story might take around 50 to 60 hours, a full run including all of the crafting and guild questing rewards will take you closer to 1,000 hours to complete. And in a game with lip syncing as woeful as this and a battle system in which enemies can hit you when you can't hit them, that's going to feel even longer. And number 1, No Man's Sky. 18 quintillion 446 quadrillion 744 trillion 73 billion 709 million 551,616 planets to explore. Good f***ing luck.
And that's our list. If you've got any more games that were just too much, then let us know in the comments section below. And if you want to get in touch with me, you can do so here or on my personal Twitter, RetroJ with a 0. If you enjoyed this video, then please like, share, and subscribe for more. I've been Jules for WhatCulture.com, and I'll see you soon.